Wow, that was so incredibly touching. Hello, everyone. Welcome in case you're new here. Welcome back if you're part of our video village. I'm going to be looking at something new today. I'm not really familiar with YUNGBLUD other than some snippets of interviews I've seen. I'm not familiar with his music at all, but this was shared with me on Discord by Andy, and I was like, you know what? I'm open to exploring some new stuff, maybe some stuff that isn't necessarily metal. If you know this channel, you know I mostly do metal music videos, but I do like diving into some stuff that I'm maybe am not as familiar with or is a little bit more quote unquote mainstream, even though I don't have anything against the mainstream. I don't really care. I'm not snobbish about my metal music at all, and I'm just interested in seeing what else is out there in the world because I will admit I'm extremely out of the loop. Yes. Before we get into that, in case you're new here, and I'm sure this will attract some new folks to my channel, my name is Manon the Reeper. I'm a filmmaker. I mostly film and write horror and sci-fi, and you can actually find one of my horror short films here on the channel, so definitely take a look at that one if you're interested. You'll see it on the card at the end of the video, so you can find it right there. Also do some documentary stuff. I write a lot. You can actually find a lot of my writing on Patreon. So if that's something you're interested in, you get early access to my videos as well. See what goes on here behind the scenes, living on a sailboat and how I produce projects from my boat. So basically what I do here on the channel is I take my eye as a filmmaker, my experience as a filmmaker, into watching music videos and kind of deconstructing them and showing you like how much work artists put into their music videos, and maybe add to your experience and appreciation of your favorite musicians. Without further ado though, without me rambling for too long, let's get into the video. What the fuck? Is that Florence Pugh? Oh my god, I didn't see that coming at all. Why is she in this? That's so cool. That's incredible. And she is a fantastic actress. I really, really appreciate her. Like, I've seen her in quite a few movies and just think she's very, very talented. So it's fun to see like a famous person like her be in a music video like this. I suppose that says something about Youngblood too, right? So that's really cool. Oh, okay. So she plays a nurse and she's taking care of all these people, but clearly she's also struggling and maybe it's a bit too much. We see that with healthcare workers around the world, right? Where, at least the Western world, where they're way overworked. It's way too much. The population is getting too old. Yeah. That's really thoughtful. Maybe that's why it's called Zombie. She's a zombie in how hard she's working. There's a beautiful opening shot here, just from the side and with the water here, and it just immediately establishes the tone. We know immediately that this person is like in a hospital and she's way overworked. Or, well, at first I was thinking maybe this is someone who is waiting for news, but then I saw the scrubs and like the clogs and all that, so I was like, yeah, it must be a healthcare worker. Really appreciated this here. It felt a little random, but I thought it was kind of cool that you see her walking by this window and they're just all out playing there behind the window. Thought that was very cool. This is a great shot. Not that much going on, but I do really like the lighting here where only this side of his face is lit and this is actually almost completely dark. We barely even see his left eye here, which I think is really cool. It's very pretty. Very artful and quite intense too. And then she has all of these really wonderful interactions with all of these people who are in the hospital, and I thought that was so sweet. Again, the lighting is beautiful. It's very dark though, but there's some really beautiful lighting on her face. And then all the way throughout, there's these moments where you can just tell she's having a hard time. And I guess these are my favorite moments, when it's just her and she sees some reflection, and every time she sees a reflection she has angel wings, which is so sweet. I don't know if that is to sort of indicate that she's dead or dying and that's why she's a zombie. I don't think so, but I think more so that she is an angel and healthcare workers are angels. That's sort of more what I'm getting from this. But this is definitely my favorite shot that I've seen so far. Beautifully lit here in the bathtub and here with the wings. Really, really, really beautiful. And it's funny because she's actually wearing a different shirt here, it looks like, with the wings. So really, really lovely. Let's keep going.
We charge a spaceship to the moon, but we'd crash. It wouldn't last, because the world is just a figment of the fools, a blank stare. They don't care. Say your prayers. You're almost there. But it's running now. It's running out. I can't live without you. But this world keeps turning if you do. Would you even want me? Looking like a zombie. Would you even want me? Want me? Would you even want me? Looking like a zombie. Would you even want me? Want me? Well, I showed you a house and I'll still be, but you're every moment, believe me. Would you even want me? Looking like a zombie. Would you even want me? Want me?
Wow, that was so incredibly touching. Definitely such a beautiful homage to healthcare workers and how much they sacrifice of themselves to do the work that they do. And I'm sure that a lot of them are happy to do it, but also, especially since COVID, I think we've all become a lot more aware of how hard it is and how much they have to give, right? So so beautiful, so thoughtful to honor healthcare workers that way. So I really, really appreciate that. And on top of that, it's a beautiful video too. Absolutely stunning to see all of her little interactions with these patients, and just to see, it's very beautifully lit. It feels very cinematic. It's just really well done. I love the angles. I love the camera movement. Her interactions like these are just really genuine and wonderful, and just yeah, and then cutting to this moment here where she's screaming. It's very intense. It's screaming and crying and always giving so much of herself, and here she's having fun. It's like we're seeing like a little array of everything that a nurse does and how much their interactions with the patients matter, and their families actually too, right? So really beautifully done, really beautiful. And it's quite dark, but the colors, everything is kind of blue toned, which, you know, is common for hospital settings, because that's sort of a color, like the cleanliness and the coolness of the color is what we associate with hospitals, like a lot of white, although the walls here and such is a little bit of an older hospital maybe. But yeah, also really like this shot as well. It's what we call a Dutch angle, where it's off kilter, and here it feels like we're in the perspective of the patient that's being wheeled in, and I thought it was really nice. It's really quite dark. Like the lighting that they're using is very subtle, and it gives it a more sort of realistic vibe, but it's quite dark. And then we have some contrasting moments as well, like this one here where she's in her own home, I think, and everything is warm toned in her own house, which is nice. Maybe it indicates that she does feel safer home. Although it could also be their little like break room or something. Either way, it feels like things are a little bit calmer for her. But it's even with the color, that's how you can sort of signify that. But yeah, we're cutting back and forth to this moment with her in the bathtub as well. She's definitely suffering. So yeah, if you know any healthcare workers, definitely like give them an extra hug. That's what this video feels like. Lovely. So thank you for sharing this with me, Andy. It's a really touching video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if I missed anything, what your thoughts are on this. You can find me on Patreon. You can find us on Discord. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and please give the video a thumbs up so we can reach more people. In the meantime, please take care, and I hope to see you for the next one. Peace.